Hello everyone, CamBearRun here, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. So, I had an idea for what to do for the next 3 days worth of videos, because I thought back about what my favourite archetype so far has been for, effectively since I got into the game, about September 2019, and I must admit, going back right from the start, my favourite archetype has actually been Knights out of the Throne of Eldraine set. So I thought I'd have a little bit of fun in doing the 3 Knight main archetypes that you can build a single color deck out of. So they are black, red, and white. I did look at blue and green, but there wasn't enough to justify it. There was basically very few creatures. There was a few instant sorceries to go with it, but I couldn't justify trying to build a monocolor deck with them. So the first one we've got is mono black, the Knights of Castle or House Locthwain. So we've got, just to cover the non-Knight cards, we've got 4 Blood Chief's Thirst, 4 Heartless Act, and we've got 2 Shadow Spear. Shadow Spear, I'll explain why that's in the deck in a minute. But we have 4 Foulmire Knight, 4 Blacklands Paragon, which I can flash in and give Death Touch and Lifelink, 4 Smitten Swordmaster with the Adventure, which is to gain X life and each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of knights I control. I've got 2 of Aria First of Locthwain for that extra bonus, which I'm counting this one because it's technically it's all part. All of these are from Locthwain, so gets in on a technicality. 3 Murderous Rider. So, obviously you got the Adventure, which is destroy creature or planeswalker, you lose 2 life. Lifelink, Murderous Rider dies, it goes to the bottom of the owner's library. 4 Bell of the Brawl. That is actually probably that's a great name as well. So a Menace, whenever Bell of the Brawl attacks, the knights you control get +1/+0. 3 Locthwain Paladin with Adamant and Menace. And then 2 copies of Sir Conrad the Grim. So, yeah, so it's whenever one other creature dies, or whenever a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Sir Conrad the Grim deals 1 damage to each opponent. Now, the reason why Shadow Spear is in here is because I have at least two creatures with Menace. 2 Knights with Menace, and I have cards like Foulmire Knight with Death Touch and Sir Conrad the Grim, which is pretty powerful. So the idea is if I can get Shadow Spear into either Bell of the Brawl or Locthwain Paladin, effectively it makes it more harder to block and easier to gain life and to gain trample off it. So that's the thinking behind it. It seems like I've tested it out a bit. It is quite strong, especially if you can get a lot of knights on and then cast Smitten Swordmaster or bonuses through Aria First of Locthwain or Sir Conrad the Grim. It is quite an interesting deck. I'll play all the games in ranked, and then we'll just see how we get on. Okay, we're on the draw, but that's a fairly decent hand. It is a, I have to be careful of that, because it is a, yeah. Right. Could play Smitten Swordmaster next. So this is sort of, it's probably going to be Mono Black Lurus. Yep. This will be fun. Really hoping you just straight up buy Lurus there. Right. So next turn we should be able to get Bell of the Brawl out. Hit for that. So I can block off either the Archmage's Vessel or the Aria First Locthwain. Really? See, I don't like decks like this because they always have everything in hand at all times. Just gonna have to see if I can write it out. Play off the Adventure. I've got another one if I needs be. So he's not going to play Call of the Death Dweller immediately. I've got the Heartless Act ready for when he brings back the demon. So this could be quite interesting then. So we'll get in with this, this, and this. There we go. Delete that. Another Heartless Act off the top to kill the Loris would be great. Because I'm going to need it. Oh yeah, he's got to add it to hand first. Alright, that's fine. Take that hit. That's odd. Right, the problem is as long as you got that Death Touch, it's going to be really hard to get rid of the... So I'm assuming next he's going to play the Loris, but he won't be able to get anything back because he won't have the cost for it. If I get a Heartless Act off the top, that'll be super useful. I know that he can't... Hey. Take that hit. There we go. See, this is a patience game. Damn it, another Maya Triton. Ugh. That's irritating. Come on, I need another removal off the top. Or Blood's Chief's Thirst or something. Alright, we'll take the Castle Locthwain draw. That was useful. I can at least clear his board with this. Does it really matter? This is what I was worried about. Eventually, unfortunately, even with the Castle Locthwain draw, deck just runs out of steam. Yeah, we're... Hang on. Yeah, we're just flooding out here. That's really annoying to get flooded out at the last minute. Anyway, we'll just take that as it is. On to the next game. I can deal with that on the draw because I can just remove what they play first thing. Might have to be that way. Yeah, it might have to be that way because I'm drawing into two Locthwain Paladins. So what are you going to do? I'm assuming it's either going to drop the Giant or we'll just remove the Battle of the Brawl. Thing is, I can play... Oh no, Tyramak Call the Dead. Yeah, this is very much a Rakdos mid-range deck. Alright, so let's cast this. You can't block this. Damn it. Get the hit in. Probably play Blood Chief's Thirst and probably Heartless Act the next card he plays. The big problem is obviously now he's got... No, it doesn't quite. He needs one more card in the graveyard to be able to cast... God, what's it called? Croxer. I can just Murderous Knight it if necessary. It's fine because he only gains 2 back and I've just hit him for so much. I'm assuming the next thing he's going to do is he's going to play a rogue. Straight up drop Crocs on the board and I can just Heartless Act it next turn. Elder Giant. So he's not going to play the Croxer yet. Okay. I need to make sure I can keep a removal in hand for when Croxer hits the board. Because otherwise it's going to be a huge problem. Oh, look at that. Another Battle of the Brawl. unfortunately, I need to keep that because I can't. Yeah, because he's going to use. He's going to use Croxer at some point. I need to keep removal handy. Otherwise, it's going to be a pain in the ass. So whatever card I draw next, I can't play. Yeah, I thought he might. Get the extra 2 draw in. Make sure I can't get the hit. Ooh, so I can't rather... I mean... It's 3, 5, 3, 8s. Yeah, I think I can see a play here. Yep, and then when he plays Croxer and I mill this off, he takes 1 damage. And yeah, he can see it as well. So even if he kills off a card, so Conrad's effect triggers. Yeah, no matter what he does, he takes 1 damage. Oh no, unless he kills Conrad itself. But he's just burnt all of his shit, so. Blood Chief's Thirst maybe, just to kill the Paladin? Oh no, you can't, because it's got a counter on it. Yep. There you go. Good game. I suppose I didn't realize that Sir Gwyn's ability doesn't trigger if you use it yourself. That's quite interesting. So we'll move on to the next game. Yeah, I didn't realize that Sir Conrad's ability doesn't trigger on himself. I can live with that. See if we can drop Foul My Knight in the first turn. If we have to Blood Chief's Thirst something, we'll Blood Chief's Thirst something. And we build him into Aria and start getting... yeah. We get Death Touch in that. And so we've just beaten Brackl's mid-range, one of the first top decks. And now it's straight up a case of trying to defeat Dimir Rogues on the draw as well. Nah. Just pass turn. When they go to inevitably flash in the Thieves Guild Enforcer, I can attack and I can crash. Oh, it's flying in it. Oh shit. I still Blood Chief's Thirst the shit out of it. Try to get this in. I get the feeling it might be countered. Yeah. That's fine. Because that means I can make my other play now. Get Aria first and Locthwain in. Don't think he'll take the trade there. Right. I'd like to be able to cast Locthwain Paladin, but I get the feeling that that'll just be instantly countered. Get rid of you. What? This is where he plays his other Rankle that he just happens to have in his hand. Right, so I'm assuming both cards in his hand are both counters. So let's get one out now. No? Alright. Okay, so that's a soft block. We get out the other Locthwain Paladin, we're laughing. So... Well, that was useful, wasn't it? Yeah, pretty much useless at this point. Come on, I'll take a Murderous Rider at this point. Here comes Zarasan the Trickster. Nope, just tagging it. Really? And there goes all of the removal that I built up. It's just been completely milled out. Brilliant. That's the last card in his hand. Seriously. Really? The last card in his hand was the exact card he needs to make the block. I can hit him on a big turn for this one. My only concern is that naturally he's got exactly what he needs to hit me. Yep. And of course he top decks Zarasan as well. End me. I need to draw some removal so I can hit him. Fucking seriously. This guy has just top decked everything he needs to win the game. He top decked Zulaport Duelist fold into Zarasan. That's just fucking ridiculous. That's insane. And he's just taking Comrade the Grim as well. And I have just drawn another land because he's milled out everything else. Oh, would you look at that? I win. Honestly, from the way that went, and I'll say this only once, I'm proper vindictive about that. He top decked Zulaport Duelist to stop my final attack twice, and then he top decked Zarasan to make sure he gets Conrad the Grim. And I won on probably the shittiest of shittiest technicalities. Through 2 chip damage and then a final attack from Locthwain Paladin. Honestly, this deck has just beaten Rakdos Midrange and Dimir Rogue one after the other. And I think that's a damn fine achievement. So yeah, Mono Black Knight's the new way to go. Okay, so we've done quite well so far. I'm prepared to keep this hand. We've just beaten Rakdos Midrange and Dimir Rogues, so now I'm fully expecting to lose some ungodly jank nonsense. There we go. If anything, if he's smart, he'll take my 2-drop. Nope, goodbye removal card. Alright. Interesting choice. I'm going to flash it in at the end of his turn. That the Locthwain. And then he blocks with the Archfiend's Vessel. And then he brings it back for the Demon. And then I kill it with the Bloodchief's Thirst. Huh. Fair enough. You did it. You pulled a sneaky on me. I was expecting the buzz. You brought it back immediately. Fair enough. He's got smarts. I like that. Oops. Oh, here we go. Yep, dead weight. It's one of these decks where you don't get to do anything because all your creatures just get fucking monged. Yeah, I'm going to have to basically burn my turn just to kill that demon, and that's going to hurt. Really wish Bloodchief's Thirst was an instant, to be honest. I would have just used it to... There we go. Don't believe I had to take a turn off for that. Played for 0. Yeah. Kind of need that land out of my hand, to be honest. So I play Locthwain Paladin next turn. If the next thing he pulls out is a Mire's Grasp, I'm going to be so fucking pissed off, to be honest. Yeah, was not expecting the Malakir Rebirth. That is actually a really good card, because it's an instant that can effectively get out... It's an instant that can get out the demon almost immediately. Right. Thank you. Right. Doing quite well so far. Thing is, he's hitting... Son of a bitch. I can lose the Locthwain Paladin here. There we go. Now the question is, do you want to sacrifice the Rankle? Oh no, it's fine because you can just draw your removal off the top. See, the problem is, as long as he can keep getting creatures on board, he's got Locthwain at the minute, I don't, so he can keep drawing fucking creatures. If I keep flooding out like this, I'm gonna have to fucking just scoop. This is twice now against mono black decks that I've been forced to scoop. Because I keep flooding out. Problem is, I either need my removal or I need another card that I can play. So that I got an option to sacrifice for Rankle. Because if I keep fucking flooding out, I'm just going to keep fucking doing badly. Wow. Again, you know, the perfect top decks. Yeah, I think I've lost it because you can do perfect damage. That's really frustrating. I'm going to call that game at the end. So, basically, both defeats I had were to mono black, where I got land flooded at a time when I really didn't want to get land flooded. And my opponent just kept top decking the cards I needed because they actually had the card draw. So I couldn't get any of my Locthwains, and I couldn't get any of my removal out. So that's kind of frustrating, but I think we did well. I'll talk more about it in the outro. Okay, so I think on reflection, the deck, I think it is good. Certainly, it was quite fun to be able to beat both Rakdos midrange and Emir Rogue. The two games I lost were both against sort of the superior mono black deck, where they have a bit more kind of life gain, life loss. They've got more draw. Because the one that did frustrate me in the end was that my opponent was able to get one of his Colossal Locthwains out and I couldn't get any of mine. So I effectively had no card draw, so I couldn't get through it, and I flooded out really badly on both games that I lost. So I think having the extra card draw from cards like Rankle, Castle Locthwain, even though I do have two myself, I think that is quite important. But it was quite fun. Locthwain, Paladin, and Bell the Brawl are actually really good. Especially you get multiples of them. You effectively got a bunch of menace cards that all get buffed. Especially Locthwain Paladin on the Adamant cost. I think if I was to change anything about this, I think I would just turn it into a standard mono black deck. But as a Knights tribal deck, I think it is quite fun in itself. So I would say if you're going to do it, maybe get more Castle Locthwains. That's all I basically say. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more, you can always subscribe. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. Camembert out.